The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. You see the uniform, man. I'm on duty today. But check this out, though. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can actually find it in the Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or even in the video description for the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, check this out. Apple has actually issued an apology to the people for allowing their contractors to actually listen in on Siri conversations. Listening to the users through Siri by way of their technology and under the guise of trying to improve their technology. Now, and you know, Apple and Facebook have actually gone through similar accusations of doing so, you know, listening to their voice mailings and messages and all of that or whatever. But you know, in the whistleblower actually reported this to The Guardian, where, you know, they're hearing, like, you know, drug deals being made, they're hearing people having sex, discuss sensitive medical information. Like, it's just egregious. But the reality is, everybody should know that this shit is not private. So stop fucking around with these technology shit, man. Greenwald and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. It is imperative, man. He keeps putting us, U.S. troops, people abroad in danger. And you can find the change.org link in my Grady Grant 716 bio, or in the video description for this video if you're watching it on YouTube. Now, over in Nigeria, I've been telling y'all about how they earlier this month, how they hemmed up this activist and journalist known as Omoyele Sowore. Now, this is somebody that actually has he runs the press site Sahara Reporters, but was like trying to run against the current president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, who actually was running under this banner, Revolution Now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he really about that action, and they hemmed him up, trying to say he was like disturbing the peace and shit like that. They were just afraid of him trying to start a revolution, essentially. And people were calling for his release. All types of social activists are petitioning to the United States and to the African Union, to the United Nations, pardon me. But the African Renaissance Organization actually sent a petition as well to the U.S. Department of State. So see what happens. Greenwald and Grad. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, man. Let y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or find the link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, I got a bouncer to drop on the black community. Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney are seen as some, like, comedic titans in our lives, and it's no secret that Paul Mooney actually even wrote some material for Richard Pryor, whatever. They were buddies, but apparently shit went south, according to Rashawn Khan, a former bodyguard of Richard Pryor, who's actually on tour with his book Everything Wasn't Funny, talking about the dark sides of the rise of black comedy. And when asked by Comedy Hype, he actually talked about the fact that, or what his fact is that Paul Mooney raped Richard Pryor's son, Richard Pryor Jr. Rape being that he was older, Richard Pryor was underage, and Richard Pryor Jr. And that Richard Pryor, as a result, wanted to put $1 million hit out on the man. And, you know, Paul Mooney's denying. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. You see me in my uniform, letting y'all know what's happening out here. Make sure you sign my petition to get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or you can find the link in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now check this out. He actually tweeted, and this shit will help him sometimes too. My petition will actually help that motherfucker. But he tweets out that, you know, Fox News, he adds him too, so you know it's real. Fox News is letting down millions of great people, that they are no longer a news party. They need a new news outlet. Fox News is no longer working for it. So this actually gives credit to what I've been telling y'all all along, that Fox News is like the closest thing we have to state-run media. The shit that you see in like authoritarian countries, like China has a state-owned media. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. So that's problematic. But Media Matters actually says that 18 former Fox News employees actually worked in the Trump White House, and right on the flip side, 5 White House officials that actually ended up working at Fox, including Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the former press secretary. Greenwald and Graduation. Report the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly how you should be removed from that platform. You can also find the link in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, in the video description. Now, check this out. Diana Sanchez. She's actually a woman who was actually pregnant in a Denver County jail cell. and was forced to deliver a baby in this dirty ass jail cell without any help. So she's filing a suit at the U.S. District Court, basically suing Denver, the city of Denver, the county of Denver, Denver Medical Health Services, and 6 other employees who were pretty much there. People knew that she was in labor and left her there to labor for hours, even after she's screaming for help and all of that, and callously provided no help and let her ultimately deliver a baby by herself. So suing the fuck out of them, man. Fuck them, you know. And that's that. Green War and Graduation. Please support the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Now, I got a story to tell. So in 1983 in Alabama, you had a man by the name of Alvin Kennard, who actually had 2 strikes under his belt. If you from the streets or you deal with crime, you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 strikes under his belt and ends up actually stealing $50 from a bakery and ends up being sentenced to 36 years in prison. They just let this man out yesterday. Now, the irony is that it's obviously crazy to think that you're helping somebody or you're helping society by sending somebody who's been away for dozens of years back out into the world, lost their previous life, and they're just expected to get back on their feet or whatever. You know how much shit this motherfucker ain't seen. But more ironic than that is, Wells Fargo was out there for having purposely, deliberately stole millions and billions of dollars from people, whatever, and nobody's going to jail for that, as Sean King pointed out. You know what I'm saying? Morehouse, bro, man. Green Hall Graduation, man. Well, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Go find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or you can even look at the link in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, I told y'all yesterday about Hurricane Dorian and how that shit was basically coming at the Caribbeans. It has developed into a Category 3 storm, so it's now hurricane status, and it's threatening right now the Bahamas and Florida. It did not directly hit Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands, but it did leave parts of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands without power. So still keep the people down there in the Caribbean in your thoughts and prayers. And you know what I mean, to the people in Florida or whatever, you know what I mean, stay up. They tell y'all to get about that bitch, man. Don't fuck around too much. You know what I'm saying? I see Lil Duval in there talking about, we staying in that bitch or whatever, but it's like, shit can get real. We seen it happen. So, stay woke. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. You see me in uniform, letting y'all know what's happening out here. Make sure you sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or look for it in the caption, in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now check this out. Kirsten Gillibrand actually dropped out of the presidential Democratic election race for 2020, along with others, you know what I'm saying? Jay Inslee, the governor of Washington, who's really pro climate change, you know what I'm saying? It's a shame he dropped out, but he ain't had a vote for this next upcoming debates on September 12th. You needed 120,000 unique donors, as well as 2% of support in 4 popular polls, and so that cut down the original Democratic debate stage, which was spread over 2 nights, whatever, in half. There are 10 out of the 20 candidates remaining. You have Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Beto O'Rourke, Pete Buttigieg. You have Amy Klobuchar, Julian Castro, and of course Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren, and Andrew Yang. So we'll see what happens. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. You see me in uniform, man, letting y'all know what's happening out here. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, in Britain, there's actually been nationwide protests that ensued yesterday after the current Prime Minister Boris Johnson suspended Parliament. Parliament will actually be suspended from mid-September to mid-October, knowing that Brexit deadline is supposed to be on October 31st, meaning that it limits the time for lawmakers to actually come to a conclusion or to even debate issues in order to escape the no Brexit deal option, the no deal Brexit option, pardon me. So a lot of people even calling this a coup attempt. You know what I mean? So, and this is with the blessing of the Queen Elizabeth and all of that. So you know, we'll see how this pans out. Greenville graduate. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report in my uniform. You see me, man, letting y'all know what's happening out here. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, in Italy, actually, Matteo Salvini, the interior minister out there, seen as far right, you know, anti-immigrant or whatever, he's actually in threat of being out of power after making what many consider a power grab last week and withdrawing his support for the ruling right-wing coalition party. Now, this is leading. There has to be a new coalition party to actually come in place and take leadership, and it's looking like it might be a unification between two opposing political parties, the Five Star Movement and the Democratic Party. So this could cripple Matteo's power. This is the dude that's responsible, that's been actually saying, nah, them motherfucking immigrant rescue ships can't even come over here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this pans out. Greenville and Grad. The New World Order, Bishop Grady in uniform, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video caption under the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Now check this out. Mediterranean Saving Humans is the charity that actually runs this rescue ship that recently just rescued 100 migrants off of the coast of Africa, of Libya specifically, including 22 children. They were actually on this rubber dinghy that was like beginning to inflate. Now this comes after Interior Minister for Italy, Matteo Salvini, who's actually outgoing his post or whatever, actually signed a decree basically saying that these rescue ships can't come into Italian waters. But you know, keep in mind that the migration that's been going on that I've been telling y'all about has been serious, but across the Mediterranean. 900 people have lost their lives, and even just the other day when I reported 40 people had just lost their lives on the coast of Libya. So shit real. Greenville graduate. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. You see me in uniform, gotta let y'all know what's happening out here. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or even in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now check this out. In Yemen, actually, in the Yemeni city of Aden, this is like the interim capital, if you will. There's been still ongoing fighting between the government, you know what I mean, government-backed forces, and the separatists, actually. And this has continued. This is ensuing, and even though backers of the internationally recognized government of Yemen are actually saying that they actually regained control of this interim capital, Al Jazeera is reporting that the separatists have actually since then regained control. So it's a lot of back and forth. You know what I mean? Stay woke and see what's happening out there. I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates all have something to do with this shit. You know what I mean? Greenville and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. So apparently the Taliban announced yesterday that they're actually closing in on a deal with the United States to have U.S. withdraw troops from Afghanistan, even though U.S. troops have been there for the past 18 years, all stemming from 9/11. People try to always discount why they're out there in the first place, or what got them out there in the first place, or whatever. All stemming from the 9/11 attacks, the sinking of destruction of the Twin Towers, which the truth of which should be addressed, because it has not been in public discourse. But nevertheless, with that happening, they're saying, like, given a timeline of like 14 to 24 months, the chair of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Dunford, is actually saying that it's premature to be talking about withdrawing Afghan troops. Saying he wouldn't use the word withdraw. He'd say that he's trying not to make Afghanistan a sanctuary, that, you know, they're trying to restore peace and stability there, which is the same job they've been talking for the past 18 years. Fuck out of here. Greenville and grad. The New World Order, Bishop Grady. You see me in my uniform, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or in the video caption if you're watching this on YouTube. Now, over in Hong Kong, actually, so the Chinese military has rotated thousands of new troops into Hong Kong. Now keep this in perspective that ever since 1997, when Britain actually essentially gave Hong Kong back to China in a way, there have been 10,000 troops, typically 10,000 like Chinese militants typically stationed in Hong Kong. But Chinese state media is actually saying that this rotation of troops have actually been specialized and trained in specifically dealing with Hong Kong. Chinese militants have been very vocal about their displeasure with the protests going on in Hong Kong, and this is all happening ahead of a scheduled pro-democracy protest for this Saturday. So, we'll see what happens. Green Wall Grad, the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on. You see me in uniform, I gotta let y'all know what's happening out here. Now, make sure you sign my petition to get Donald Trump on Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or even check in the video captions if you're watching on this on YouTube, and you'll see the link. In West Papua, which is run by Indonesia or whatever, apparently is run by Indonesia, but that's why people are actually protesting, wanting independence. And this all stemmed from some, which you could describe as like, a little bit of racism that went on, and the abuse of some students, and then, protests spiraling out of control, and then Indonesia actually sending 1,200 troops to basically crack down on West Papua, and them cutting off the internet access or whatever. So that's going down. But apparently at these sit-in protests, there were 6 protesters killed as Indonesian troops actually fired live rounds at these sit-in protesters. So shit is getting wild over there, man. Stay tuned, y'all. And if you got people over there, keep them in your prayers. Green Wall and Graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. You see me in my uniform, man. We'll let y'all know what's happening. So over in Colombia, that's where we at right now. So check this out. The Institute for Development and Peace Studies actually concluded that since 2016, there have been over 700 murders of social leaders and human rights defenders. So that's very alarming for if you're an activist or you have an activist spirit, or if you want to stand against injustice. This comes out as this past Sunday, armed men actually shot and killed Danilo Olaya Perdomo, was actually the president of the Communal Action Board of a rural area in Huila. And actually, there was also a murder. Indigenous people are condemning the murder of 24-year-old Ivan Mejia. Now, this is a problem because these are people that stand up for justice and they end up getting killed. And there's a crazy pattern over there. Man. Stay woke. Green Wall and Graduate. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady in my uniform, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or you can find it in the video caption. And if you're watching this on YouTube, now check this out. The Trump administration yesterday, or more specifically, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services actually announced new guidelines yesterday that basically say that if some children born to U.S. service members or U.S. Government employees that are stationed overseas will no longer be naturalized U.S. citizens. This is a move that is only going to hurt the people that are actually having these kids overseas. Now you're making it rough for them to actually have a child overseas and bring a child home. You know what I'm saying? Like bring these families home. So I'm sure the racists are gonna love this shit, but it's fucked up though. You know what I mean? Think about the family, think about the children. Green Wall and Graduation.